This is the DuPage County Zoning Board of Appeals. We're here for our November 2nd, 2023 recommendation meeting. And we have several items on the agenda this evening, beginning with the approval of the transcripts which serve as minutes for several prior hearings. They include Appeal 23, the September recommendation meeting, zoning 23022, the quick trip case, and petition 22067, the 28W510 Washington Avenue Investments LLC case, hearing September 28th. And finally, the quick trip October 12th hearing. So can I have I mean, I'll take these separately if there's a need to do so, but initially let's take a motion on the approval of all of these minutes.
I'll move to approve all 5 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Mr. Ketter, second by Mr. Morand. Is there any discussion on the motion?
No.
Speak for yourself, Jay.
Excuse me, Mr. Carthel. Who made the motion again?
Mr. Ketter.
Who seconded it?
Done.
Okay, sorry about that.
Didn't I say that?
You did. I didn't hear. I apologize.
It's okay. You're just trying to kill time. We wait for the-
Trying to delay.
You with us now, Paul?
Yeah,
Can we
thank you,
proceed?
sir. Thank you, Chairman.
All right.
Elizabeth, where are
All in favor of the motion? Jeez. what a zoo. All in favor of the, well, this is a very important motion. Pay attention. All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. We have a request to withdraw by the Quick Trip petitioner, which is the 23022 case. It's our custom to have a motion to approve the request for withdrawal. I'm not sure what would happen if we disapproved it, but it's our custom. So I invite a motion to approve the request for withdrawal for Quick Trip. Mr. Ketter again takes the motion, and who seconded it? Mr. Schultz. Okay, motion then by Ketter, seconded by Schultz. Is there any discussion on that motion? All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Please give Quick Trip the good news that they don't have to go forward with their project. And now I would like to have, I'm going to call a recess to accommodate the attorney for the petitioner for Washington Avenue Investments LLC. He's called and said it'll be just a couple minutes late as a result of a traffic emergency.
Old business, new business, public comment.
Well, there isn't any whole business, new business. Is there any public comment? No. Okay. Well, we'll do that later. Let's go in recess for the moment. We've reconvened without any substantive discussion about the agenda of this evening during our hiatus, and we've reconvened to consider 28W510 Washington Avenue Investments LLC. I suppose we should start with a motion on that before we open for discussion.
I so move that we approve it subject to the age conditions.
Mr. Murphy makes a motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'd second it.
Seconded by Mr. Ketter. I have a couple of questions. Number one, we have a letter talking about, some corporate gyrations, which I presume was intended to resolve this issue. Yeah, Mark, which I presume was intended to resolve this issue about transfer of ownership, which is a prior condition.
Right, and I was trying, I don't even know if we were still having the issue after the meeting, because as I had confirmed, both the Montanito entities remain in place. The LLC that is there remains in place. But because the question was asked, I wanted to just, thank you. I wanted to just, clarify it for you.
I thought you were trying to outline some distinctions in corporate transfers that technically might create a problem. And I see a potential issue that says your relief expires upon a change of ownership. Well, who knows what that means? I think we ought to have more sort of customary change of control type, majority interest language or something to that effect. If you agree with that.
We certainly can look at that. I think that what your concern initially was not who ultimately owns Montanito, and I'm talking about multiple layers up in the chain, but whether or not Montanito as an entity is owning and running this facility.
We are interested in the operator because we take
Right.
testimony about the operation from the operator. However, we virtually always have a condition that says upon the change of ownership, the release expires. So I'm only suggesting that we revise that because of your structure, which is a little, it's not like a mom and pop store. So we have maybe you could work with the staff.
I can definitely work with the
And
staff.
we could have some more customary, like I say, change of control, majority interest, majority transfer, something like that.
The prior one said, should Montanito no longer own it and operate it. I mean, I've actually said operated, I think he said own, but, and I understand you really care more about operations, so we can certainly clear that up.
So if that's consistent with the intent of the maker of the motion and the second, we'll,
Yeah, I thought this kind of mirrored because when we came up, you said they'll continue to have oversight of the operation. That's why I thought it covered it. And any transfer of ownership would then negate it.
I certainly wouldn't mind cleaning that up because the practical answer is, I think the intent's incredibly clear, but the actual owner isn't Montanito, right? Like everybody else, it's an LLC. And that LLC is 100% owned by Montanito, which I think is what you meant. But if you're okay with us clearing that up with the staff.
you know what our intent is, our staff knows what the intent is, the maker of the motion and the second will permit some clarification language to be undertaken by, you folks consistent with our intent. Then my next point, I asked for your operating agreement, or whatever. You submitted your admission statement. What I was looking for in that agreement was some detailed information that would bolster the testimony that you gave concerning the comings and goings of guests, etc. I took that from my recollection of a statement that was made either at the hearing or in the prior case. This says you have the right to impose those rules and regulations. It does not include the rules and regulations. I don't need them. I wanted it just to bolster the record. So my point is, this is no longer a concern to me. If it is you also said that it may need redacting. If it is in any way proprietary, it would be fine with me if you withdrew it from the record and it was not a matter of public record.
And I apologize for being misunderstood. That's actually almost the identical document. It's not identical because it's changed over the years to what you asked us for, not on the Winfield project, on the Naperville project 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so that's what we assumed you wanted. I gave you the more current version. It is redacted, however. So
Well, it's what I asked for, but it's not what
what you wanted.
I expected.
Yeah,
So my point is, it serves no purpose.
Okay.
If therefore you want to withdraw it from the record, just so somebody doesn't.
If it's, I guess you guys would rather send out there, then I would withdraw that.
Okay, can we pull that out of our record? I read it very carefully. I'd be happy to point out the typographical errors after.
That's good. Since I didn't draft that, I'm very happy to see those.
You should read it and then correct it. You do it to them.
finally, we have a condition that you submit a photometric plan, which I think is probably gilding the lily a little bit. However, you're required to do that, I understand, at the building permit phase. So,
You should have a photometric plan.
oh, we do?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a,
Is it a current one?
current one.
yes.
Oh, all right, well, then we can leave that as a condition. All right, I don't have any other modifications. So we've already had a concurrence about the minor modification to ownership. I think unless there's other discussion, we're ready to vote, but is there anyone who wishes to raise any other points? Fine, let's undertake the vote on the motion to approve.
Member Murphy?
Yes.
Member Pettit?
Aye.
Member Roman?
Aye.
Member Schultz?
Aye.
Member Moran?
Aye.
Chairman Farco?
Aye. Motion passes by a vote of 6 in favor and none opposed. And then the only other, so good luck with your project once again. The only other items on the agenda are old business, new business, of which we have none, and public comment, and there is no public comment offered. So I think we're ready to adjourn. We are adjourned.